What's up, guys, and welcome back to Kick On Rugby channel. I am a bit quieter again. It is morning. Kids, everyone's asleep. I've gotten up early just for you. Got up early for you. Super round. We're back. Super round. I wish they could bring it back to, bring it somewhere else. Melbourne so far. Bring it to Newcastle. Bring the super round to Newcastle. Let's go. But it's super round, so 2 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday in Melbourne, all at the same stadium. How good. How good. I hope they do start moving it around because we need it in different spots, man. Even in New Zealand. Take it to New Zealand. I think they'll get a lot more fans there, to be honest. But we're going to jump through the super round, rapid preview, touch on a bit of the teams, a bit of the team selections, who's in, who's out, who do I think is going to win. I got 6 from 6 last week. 6 from 6. I got it. All right, let's get into it. Super round, rapid preview. Let's go. First game, Blues versus Highlanders. First ones I noticed is Angus Tarval dropped to the bench. I noticed that because he's in my fantasy team, so I've had to put him on the bench. Then we got Christie as well. Yeah, Christie at 9. He might be injured for Blues because he's not even on the bench. They got Funaki starting and Sam Knock on the bench. Might be injured, or they might just be changing teams in and out, still kind of finding their best 15, if you will. Man, thrilling super round opener. Both teams got dubs in the first round. First New Zealand derby for both teams. Both showed obviously massive attacking intent. Their ability, like I said it previously, the ability for New Zealand's teams to turn defense into attack, like absorb the pressure of the opposition, and then as soon as they get the opportunity, take that ball and run with it is fantastic. It's great to watch. I think the Blues have a bit of an upper hand here with that, especially in the back row. You've got guys like Akira Ioane, Dalton Papali'i, Hoskins Sotutu. Like that's an All Black back row versus Sean Withy, that dummy in the first round. So Sean Withy, Billy Harmon, and Hugh Renton, which is not bad, but not international, like the Blues back row. And then obviously Ratu Mai, Tavuki, Nepkins had an absolute game for Highlanders in their first round versus Pacifica. And then you look at someone across from him for the Blues, Zon Sullivan. He had just as equal as a game. An outstanding game for both of them. Both the fullbacks there, and they both retained their spots. Both grabbed doubles. Oof. And then the other big, juicy matchup that I like is Mark Talia versus Timothy Tavanawe. That's nice. 2 different style of players on the wing. That's what you love about rugby. It's like you can have guys in the same position built totally differently and bring a whole different style to the game, but they're playing in the same position. Great. So Mark Talia and Tavanawe will be a big matchup. And then I think Blues have got them over in the centres. You got Heem is in. Oh, so I just seen Rico Ioane is not playing. So Heem and AJ Lamb will be playing Nick Plumbers Harry Plumbers on the bench. Like I said, I think they're just swapping players in and out. I know the All Blacks have a resting protocol in place. I don't think it's in the second round already, but I think you have to, within a certain number of games, you have to rest some of your All Blacks. But Rico Ioane could be carrying a niggle. But I think this, it's a tough one to call, but I think this Blues team is too strong. So I'm going to go Blues by 5. Blues by 5 in the Super Round opener. How good to have Super Rugby back, man. Moving on to the next game. Rebels versus Force. I'm going to say off the bat, this has the potential to be one of the most boring games ever or one of the most exciting. It's a flip of a coin, I feel like. Daniela Tupu and Alex Murphy, I think it's Alex. Yeah, Alex Murphy come in to the front row, which is good and bad for my fantasy because I had Daniela Tupu on the bench. So I've put him into starting, which is good. And then I had Jordan Ulisi is on the bench already, but he was starting for Rebels first round. And now he's on the bench, but he's on my bench in my fantasy, if that makes sense. Tuttle starts, comes in at 9, and Matty Proctor gets his Rebels debut. I'm excited for that. Massive signing in the off-season, and he gets his first start at Super Round. How good. Hopefully he can straighten up their attack. I think last week they had like 31 or 33 defenders beaten and only scored 3 points. That's insane. That is insane. Jeremy Williams comes in or returns for the Force, their captain. So like I said, this could either be the most boring game or the most exciting play. And both squads have exciting players within their squads. It's just being able to put it all together. I feel like the Western Force, yes, they came up against a tough outfit, the Hurricanes, which so did the Rebels versus the Brumbies. But Western Force show little bits and pieces of what they can do. And when they do string a few phases together, be a bit more patient in attack. Guys like Chase Tia, Harry Potter, give those guys the ball, man. Excitement, merchants on the wing. Get them the ball, get them a bit of space, get them the ball. All right, but I do think the combination in like Nick White, Ben Donaldson, it needs a bit of time, but it'll come. It'll come. And there's not much to say on this one. Like Rebels have got the squad, they've got the players there. Just need to put it all together. I know Rebels are at home for this one. It is the Super Round is in Melbourne, but I'm going Force by 10. Western Force by 10. All right, moving on. MOANA versus the Fijian in DRUA. Oof. This is a big. It's the clash of the Pacific. How good. Sione Talatui comes in for Pacifica, gets the captain's armband. Miracle Failangi drops out of the 23. Are we sure? Let me just double check that one. Yep. Drops out of the 23. As you can see there, he's nowhere to be seen. But like I said, I think squads are rotating. Guys want to see giving players opportunity and see how it goes. See how they are giving everyone a fair opportunity, which is a fair crack, which is fair. It is fair. Failangi drops out then. My lock for DRUA, Rotosalia, falls out of the 23. I think he's injured again. Like I say, squads might be rotating. I thought he played really well in that first game. I brought him into my fantasy team before squads were released, and now he's just sitting on the bench and not going to earn me points at all this week. I'm not crying. You are. Man, this is going to be an explosive game. Big hits, exciting tries, I feel like. I just hope both teams can string phases together. Like being patient on attack. Fiji and DRUA showed that in little bits against the Blues last week. If they can be patient a bit more, they've got game breakers, but they need to build. You need to build pressure in attack. You can't just be scoring off first phase. And sometimes they get a bit flustered when they don't score off the first or second phase. Something that I think they'll definitely be looking to work on. But yeah, it'll be super interesting to see how they both go against each other. I thought I saw a bit more from Pacifica in the first round than I did from DRUA. You can see the fingerprints of the likes of Stephen Jones and Omaga, what they're wanting to do with this Pacifica team. They know they've got the raw talent there, but let's add in a little bit of structure just so that they've got set plays that they can play off that, and then obviously use their natural instinct to play off that. Momu versus Awong is a big matchup on the wing for me. I thought Julian Severe played super good. in that first round, straightening that line, getting Pacifica over the advantage line, and still just needs one more try to be the top try scorer ever in Super Rugby. Give him the ball. Let's have a score on Super Round. Good to see Kuruvoli back for the DRUA on the bench. Man, this is always a super exciting fixture for me. I'm gonna go Pacifica by 5, just because of how much I saw from them. Yes, they lost to the Highlanders. I still saw there was a bit more of a DNA of how they want to play, and then them actually executing on that. So it'll be interesting to see. I see they got Armstrong Ravola, the 10. I think he got a yellow card in that game. Good catch and pass. Got a lovely catching pass. He might look to want to take the line on a little bit, carry a little bit more, and then see what's in front of him, because teams are going to slowly start to just drift straight past him because he's just catching and passing, unless he's going to dummy and go. But still an exciting prospect for him. He's only 20 years old. That's great, bringing those youngsters up through the ranks. Now moving on, this is a massive fixture. Crusaders versus Waratahs. Tamari Williams, I think, hurt his hamstring, so he's out. Fletcher Newell comes in with all of his preseason PBs in the bench, in the Bronco. Like, Fletcher Newell is raring to go. Big chat is the youngsters in Noah Hotham and Taha Kamara. Taha Kamara, the 9 and 10 for Crusaders. Both youngsters. I love it, man. Give them a crack. I love it. It'll be interesting to see how they go. Noah Hotham is shown in the preseason, been excellent. And then Kamara he got a few minutes last week because Rehana come off injured. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. But then, you look inside and outside of those guys. So the forward pack in Crusaders forward pack is strong, always. Tom Christie, 1,000 tackles last week. Cullen Grace has just been great for them. Then the lock pairing in Scott Barrett and Quinton Strange. Really good ball carriers, dirty work, rucks, all of that. And then outside, a big inclusion for this young pairing in the 9 and 10. David Halverley jumps back at that 12 jumper. How good. Now Dallas McLeod jumps onto the bench. I hope to see a bit more from Levi Almore. Didn't get much opportunity in that first round, but I think Havili is going to set him up. Havili will set him up nicely. That's a good little combination there. Waratahs drop Amitasero to the bench for Hugh Sinclair. New centre pairing in Joey Walton, Harry Wilson. They're up against it this week against David Havili and Levi Almore. TAHS got pumped last week against the Reds. You want to see more from them. You want to see more from the bigger names. Give the guys like Nawanga Nitawase and Jorgensen, give them the ball. Create a bit of space for them and give them the ball. It does start up front. I thought Angus Bell was great for Waratahs. They might be picking Hugh Sinclair over Amitasero because he can get around the park a bit more mobile. And they need those mobile ball carriers, guys, getting them over the advantage line. TAHS are under the pump. It doesn't get any easier. The Super Rugby is tough, man. It doesn't get any easier. I don't see them turning it around versus the Crusaders. At Super Round, I think Crusaders too good by 15. Crusaders by 15. And if Waratahs win this one, it's a massive shock. Moving on to Sunday's games, two of the biggest games of the weekend. Chiefs versus Brumbies. To start the Sunday round, the Sunday matches. Sheesh. Salby Rickett comes in for Arkoi. I think Arkoi is injured. He might have been injured. Played his 50th game last week. Pohepi comes in for Quintupai. I hope Quintupai is fine and it's just rotation because, man, he's had the worst round of injuries. I thought Nana Satoro was excellent last week. Whenever he gets the ball, he's damaging, he's dangerous, he's exciting, he's fast, he's quick, strong, agility his execution on what he decides to do is also really good. Kicked a 50-22 last week. Get out of here. Glad Damien McKenzie is all fine because he is my 10 and my captain in fantasy. And then Shooter Stevenson loves Melbourne round. Give him the ball. Sean Stevenson. Brumbies smoked Rebels last week. Rebels weren't much of an opposition, but you play what's in front of you, man. And Brumbies was still class, all class. Noah Lolosio just really running the cutter there for him. That not much. You can't talk more highly of the chemistry, experience, and being around a group of players for a long period of time. And Lolosio has that with this bunch of Brumbies players. And it shows in how they play. I thought Sapsford was really good, and then Corey Toole, obviously. Give him the ball, man. A little bit of space, give him the ball. He's so fast. 2 tries last week, so fast. And that back row of Luke Raymer, Charlie Cale, and Rob Valentini, outstanding. Three players that bring 3 different styles of play to the game and that complement each other and that Brumbies team so nicely, man. Raymer over the ball, he's stealing the ball. Charlie Cale is doing a lot of everything. Ball carrying is super fast, a line-out option, making strong tackles. And Rob Valentini, you know what you're getting from him. Ball carries over the advantage line, physicality, strong tackles, also another line-out option. Great to have that for your back row. But they come up against it in Jacobson, Boshier, and Finau. Also, almost a full international back row there. That's a juicy matchup, man, that back row matchup. Also, back row matchups across the board of all the games is always good. It's good to watch. This is tight. On their day, either of these teams could win either game, either team, either opposition. I've picked both of them to go through to the finals this year, but I'm gonna go Chiefs by 5. Mainly based off the fact of how many exciting players they've got across the park, but they're gelling that chemistry together. Yes, Brumbies have got it as well. Geez, I'm like talking what I'm saying for Chiefs, I can say for the Brumbies as well. This is going to be a tight game, but I'm picking Chiefs by 5. Last game for the round, and probably the biggest one, Hurricanes versus Reds. Canes, baby, there. Canes, baby. Let's go. Both coming off first round humpings. They humped the opposition. Karifi is in a moon boot. Howden comes in for him. Roy Guard replaces Phil Yoon. They just do a straight swap again. You can see the squad's just rotating players. Quality side, man. This Hurricanes team. They lose a bit in Flanders and Karifi being out. But, man, just forwards set the platform for this backline. Look at this backline quickly, please. Just look at this backline quickly, please. I'll bring it up over here, over there. Cam Roygaard, Brett Cameron was great, just steering the ship last round. Kini Naholo, Geordie Barrett, Billy Proctor, Josh Morby, and Ruben Love. That back 3, Naholo, Morby, and Ruben Love, give them the ball. Just give them the ball. Ruben Love has been cooking at 15. Morby's been cooking. Naholo's been cooking. It's great that I love that picking Ruben Love there and not Morby. Ruben Love is more of a ball player. He's kind of got that he could play 10 as well. So when it comes to kind of in the middle of the field and third, fourth phase, you've got Brett Cameron on one side and Ruben Love on the other. And their ability to play ball, to put players in gaps or to take the gap themselves, it's great. It's great. Ruben Love, that try set up last week, beautiful. Oof, that's danger. That back 3 is danger. But then you look over the Reds team, great squad as well. So much depth, so much experience. They're pulling it together. Les Kiss has put his little touches on this team. Wilson, McWright, and Liam Wright, fantastic. That last week they were phenomenal. Great, strong tackles, strong carries, excellent at ruck time. Good back row outing for them. Liner, I thought Tom Liner played really well, just not overplaying his hand, just steering the ship, kicking well out of hand, kicking well off the tee. Then that centre pairing of Fluke and Paisami, great. Hit like trains, straighten the line like zebras. Is that a thing? Well, they do it. Straighten the line beautifully. Paisami scored by straightening the line, and then Fluke set up a try by straightening the line. Great, that's what you want from your centres. Jock Campbell comes in for Matt Grigley. I thought Jordy Pataya did really well as well when he got opportunity. I think fullback might be his position. Like I said, he's jack of all trades, kind of master of none. Fullback might be his position. Got a bit more space, gets the ball more often. Let's run. And less kisses, obviously, because they chose to go for touch kicks instead of for 3 points. So Les Kiss has an attacking intent about him. He's put that in. So he's probably told Jordy Pataya, you get the ball at the back, run, boy. Harry McLaughlin-Phillips did well when he come on, kicked a few sideline conversions. I hope they just keep giving him time, because that was his first game. Keep giving him time. He's a superstar in the making. Can the Reds pull it together and do it over an NZ team? That'll be my biggest question, and probably their first test of Super Rugby. What better way to do it than at Super Round? How good. I'm going with my heart. The Hurricanes. I'm going Canes by 8. But won't be shocked if the Reds win, because Reds have got a squad. Reds are my Australian team. So I can't lose here. I've got a number of teams, if you guys haven't realised. But I'm going Canes by 8 and won't be shocked if the Reds pull a win there. Super Round, get keen. 2 games Friday, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Have I lost my marbles already? But I was 6 from 6 last week. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.